Jacksonville at Titans.
Thank you so much, Fleece. I appreciate it. It's the 4-8 Jacksonville Jaguars against the 7-5 Tennessee Titans on CBS. Where I see it, the Titans are 3.5-point favorites. The over-under is set at 41.5 points. Some gambling trends for you before we get to everyone's analysis. The favorite is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings between the two teams. The Jaguars are 2-8 against the spread in the last 10 meetings between the two. The Titans are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. The over is 5-2 in the last 7 meetings between the two teams in Tennessee, and the under is 13-3 in the Titans' last 16 home games. Adam, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, news that came out today that Tennessee fired their general manager, Robinson, which is kind of a strange thing to do here in the middle of the week. And all intents and purposes, where they are leading the division and going into the playoffs. Now, was that A.J. Brown destroying them last weekend? Is that what kind of led to that? I'm not sure. I did read some stuff about Vrabel's and they have more control over player personnel, and he did not want A.J. Brown traded, and they did so anyway. So I don't know. With the way Tennessee's been playing, they've been covering a lot of lines, but, a really bad loss here. Now they come back home to play Jacksonville, and the firing of the general manager, what does that mean for this team, right? Now these players that are going to be due contracts or up for contracts or playing for a new contract, that type of stuff. So it might light a fire under this team a little bit of heightened sense of urgency. But having said that, Tennessee, obviously, I mentioned before in Philadelphia, their pass defense is just really bad. They give up 380 yards and 3 touchdowns to Hurts and the Eagles. Jacksonville, on the other hand, makes me a little bit nervous with Jacksonville in this game, being they were at Detroit. Lawrence, and they had 179 yards and a touchdown, and they only ran for a combined effort of 95 against, a pretty suspect Detroit defense, even though they have been playing better. Another thing of concern in this game on Tennessee's side is Henry. The last 2 games, he's only had 30 yards and 38 yards rushing, respectively. That is just not Derrick Henry type numbers. So for me, 6 of 7. With Tennessee in the money line in this game. So I don't like the 4, even if you buy it down to 2.5. I'm not a big fan of it, but I think the safe play is probably Tennessee in the money line in this game. And with the struggles offensively and Tennessee's pass defense, I'm just a little up in the air about the line in this one. But I do like Tennessee money line at home.
I'll give my pick right now just because Adam's so right. I totally agree. I like Tennessee on the money line. I'm considering Jacksonville to cover, but I feel like Tennessee money line is the best play. Dennis, how do you see this game going?
I'll be honest, from a fantasy perspective, I don't really have much enthusiasm for anyone, especially in DFS. I will say, though, if you have any reluctance with respect to Derrick Henry, if you've got him already, I do think this will be a bounce-back game for him. Jacksonville's the 21st ranked rushing defense. He's projected to have 18 points in a PPR, according to ESPN. So he only previously had less than double digits points, I think once in the prior 9 games. I think this is going to be where he gets his groove back. I think Jacksonville's on its way down, and Tennessee still has something to fight for.
Dennis, is there any consideration for Christian Kirk or Zay Jones, given how many pass yards the Tennessee Titans give up?
My only concern is, again, there's going to be a weather issue in Tennessee as well. But I also think with respect to Zay Jones, you get him on the cheap, but I don't know if he's 100% healthy. I think I can't remember what it was that he was potentially going to be out last game. So personally, I'm a little cool on both of them. But if you're stuck, and they fit what you can in terms of what you can afford, then maybe not a bad gig considering the numbers.
Lope, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, as for the Titans firing their GM, I think a lot of that had to do with the A.J. Brown trade for sure. And then there's just not a whole lot of stars on the Titans. I mean, what Vrabel's doing with this roster is just incredible. Outside of Derrick Henry, there just is, on the offense or defense, there's not a whole lot of stars. But I think we're all kind of in agreement in the game. The hook kind of scares me for the Titans, although the Jaguars have failed to cover the spread in 9 of their last 10 road games. But so I think the Titans on the money line is more safe. And then I think I had it at 9 of the last 10 Titan games in their home stadium going under. You had it even further back going more. So I would definitely lean towards the under.